This is a story about divide and conquer. Being conquered by your own thoughts, being kidnapped, like you're the victim, like you're imprisoned in your own mind. I've been a captive. I'm no victim. For the longest of times, my mind has been waging a war against me, fighting each day against my own will to do and think thoughts that I don't want. Like a parasite creeping inside of my brain each and every day. 4 years ago, I got into a severe depression. My life was completely black. I did not know who I was. I did not know where I wanted to go, who I had become. And I came up with the realization that the person I had become throughout my early years wasn't the person I felt like being. For the longest of times, I have changed my behavior, changed my attitude, changed the way I presented myself to the world, to fit in with beliefs of other people, to fit in with societal norms, to fit in, just to fit in. I was a smart kid. I was myself. Then I got bullied. People didn't like the way I was, the way I behaved. I had to change myself to stand up against the bullying because I felt like I wasn't good enough the way I was. And this resulted into me later in life constantly trying to change my behavior, change the way I was, to fit in with people who would have never liked me either way, being me or being somebody else. Losing my sense of self, becoming completely trapped, suffocating in my own mind. Anxiety started to take a toll on me. Couldn't go outside because I was scared of what other people were thinking, about what would happen, about outside, because inside it was comfortable, even though I was really, really unhappy. There have been days where I couldn't get out of bed, where it was the biggest of difficulties for me to even brush my teeth. I don't want to go back to these days, because one day I wasn't feeling it anymore. I completely lost against myself, lost against my thoughts. I was battling addiction at the same time with my depression. And I didn't see a way out again, or anymore. So that day I took a knife with the intention of ending my life. But something in me didn't want that. Something in me never wanted that. So in a final act of courage, I took my phone and called a psychologist I'd been seeing. We talked for at least an hour, I remember. And by the end of this talk, I had decided that I never wanted this again in my life, for me or anybody, honestly. It's hard talking about these things, but I'm not afraid anymore. I've been doubting myself for the past years over and over and over again. Am I good enough? What do I think of myself? What do I want? What do other people think of me? And so on and so on and so on. Completely making myself crazy. And I tried to cope with this situation because emotionally I could not change myself. My thoughts were killing me day by day. I could not live with myself. So I had to start somewhere. I had to start making change. Because I realized that it was me who was in the wrong. Yes, in the past I've been bullied. Yes, people have done bad things to me. But I've also done wrong things to other people. Things that were hurtful. Even though I did not realize it at that time. We do these things. That's how humans are. And that's not bad. Because we can learn from each other. From our negative experience, we realize what we actually want. Our worth. Who we are. Who we want to be. We can choose to respond differently. We can choose to take a different route of action. A different response towards life. To actually say, yes, this happened to me. But now I'm taking a different way. Now I have the power in my own hands. And this is what I've been trying to do for the longest of time. For the past 2 years. Overcoming my addiction. Trying to overcome my addiction, I should say. I haven't used for 4.5 months, which I'm pretty proud of, but I'm no way there. Or will I ever be? Anyway, I'm done with fearing. I'm done with doubting. I need to make this decision. To post something I never dared to do. To share a part of my story. Because the doubt has been killing me. Again and again and again and again. The fear of what other people would be thinking about me is killing me over and over and over and over again. At first without realizing. But the more I looked into it, the more I saw how conflicting and restricting my beliefs have been. So I need to step out of that box, that comfort zone. To share something so personal that there's no going back after that. And this is a part of my story. It's a part of my past. But that doesn't define who I am or who I will be. I will never be able to forget it. And not even do I want to. Because now I can see that it is a part of me. That it was meant for me to grow from, to learn from. To expand and to experience. Through the bad times and the good. But it's really time for me to start making changes. Can we overcome our inner demons? Or will they control us for the rest of our lives? This is a story of me. This is the story of me. Broken myself over and over and over and over again. After being not good enough. After being tested, undiagnosed, whatever. These are all stories. Stories that have been holding me back for the longest of times. Because I believed in them. They instilled such a big fear and doubt in myself, about myself, that I was willing to sacrifice my own well-being because of it. It has been traumatic, but I am not the victim. I'm the survivor. I'm the succeeder. I'm the one who is still living, who's creating his own destiny. And that I know now. That I know. That I'm the one choosing. That I'm the one capable of making the change I want to make in my life. Nevertheless, or despite of what happened in the past, I am the one able to do that. It's taken a big part of me to come up with strength and courage, to let go of old beliefs, to instill new ones. Each day has been a battlefield inside of my own mind, inside of my own brain. And just like in the spring, the flowers are breaking through after the darkness and the cold of the winter. Such as is my inner being blossoming, finally able to see the sunlight, finally able to show its true color. There's a war going on. An external war, dividing and conquering our internal state, trying to hijack our thoughts, trying to hijack our emotions. And we have not been equipped to deal with this. We do not even know that the external enemy is there. That the enemy is already at our front, at our doorstep. We're 10 steps behind at this moment. But that doesn't mean that we cannot overcome or that we cannot succeed. Because we are resilient. We are skillful. We are humans. We're all humans. Each with our own flaws. Each with our own struggles. Each with our own beauties. Each with our own unique individuality. It's time to nurture that. It's time to nurture ourselves foremost. Yes, we can struggle with ourselves. Yes, we cannot live the life we want to live. Yes, sometimes we can be negative. But it's time to take the fight to them. And leave the internal fight behind. And it's time to show that. It's time to take that courage. Take that power that we all have and feel inside. And show who we are. Show who we can be. Change this world. Change the way we feel. It's time to show them. It's time to show them. We are here to stay forever. We're here to stay.